Filipinas. They are praised for singing. Usually find bakla. And how can I call him? Hey bro, not bro. Hey sis.
Why did you get married to a Filipina?
Don't speak Tagalog.
Okay, hi everyone, it's me again, Marcy. Welcome back sa aking YouTube channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel. This time I am with my husband again. He looks sleepy. He looks sleepy. Okay, I'm gonna speak in English.
Do you know what time this is? Today, the date is the 7th of March.
Honey, you don't
1
mention that.
a.m. No, almost 2 a.m. Exactly 1:46. And of course, I've drunk some beer, and suddenly my wife asked me to do something. Actually, I needed sleep. What do you want?
Okay, guys. While watching TV, I come up with this idea. By the way, I have to speak in English since I am with my husband. Of course, he couldn't understand Tagalog.
It's okay if you speak in Tagalog. I'm gonna speak in Korean only.
Okay, so I come up with this idea. We're gonna ask him some question about, since I am a Filipina, so of course our country, Philippines. First question. Where is my microphone? Okay, here. Okay, first question. How many times have you been visited Philippines?
I cannot remember exactly, but maybe 10 times, I think.
Why 10 times?
To check my passport. Why?
For what?
For what?
Because of me!
Yeah, you can think like that.
Oh my god! So you have other reasons. Is that all?
Then what do you want?
Okay. Number 2 question. By the way, I have a questionnaire here. So number 2 question. How's your first impression in my country, Philippines? Beauty contest.
When I arrived at the Philippine airport, what is the
Naiya.
Naya? The airport name?
Yes, Ninoy Aquino International Airport.
Very long. Okay, just the
Airport.
in Manila.
Okay.
Because I felt very hot.
Yes. Especially when, for example, here, winter, and you were gonna visit in the Philippines. It's a very, very big change. And then, is that all? Weather?
And it was very hot, but actually, I like hot weather more than colder one.
Okay, number 3 question. What can you say about Filipino people?
Filipinos. They are praised for singing.
Yes.
Almost everywhere I could see people singing, especially on the street with karaoke machine, and sometimes even at night they sang all the night.
Very late. But now, I think...
usually when maybe somebody's birthday, then just they don't sleep, they just sing. And I got very surprised, guessing, like suspecting what would happen for them the next day, the very next day. And then just that I think that they don't feel any sorry to somebody others who try to sleep like me. And then actually one time I went out to complain, but one woman, a little bit older woman, came close to me, and of course I didn't know who she was, first meeting of course, but she just gave me one dish of food and just asked me to sing a song. I couldn't understand the word. And then she said that day was her daughter's birthday, and of course, even to her, I was just the stranger.
Yes, but they invite everybody. You're very polite.
And then, just of course, I couldn't say anything. I couldn't
Did you say
complain.
thank you?
Of course, I said thanks, of course, and then just I said I don't feel hungry, and then I went back to sleep. But of course, I couldn't sleep.
Very nice.
And if you are a person who has never visited the Philippines, then just try to visit. And then when you, if you go to a public park, then you can easily find bakla and les.
Lesbian and gay. They are very happy. They are happy.
Yes, they are smiling, but actually, the baklas, they were not pretty. Some baklas, I felt scared with very mustache, very thick mustache they have. And lesbian also, they look like just ordinary women. Sometimes their appearance looks like a real man. Barbarian.
But gays are they are the kinds of person who has big heart. Why do you think Koreans like Philippines?
It depends on people, but I cannot say most of the people like Filipinos. Maybe some
Yes, okay.
yes, or some no.
Some.
But
Why?
for the people who like Philippines, is that maybe the first reason the English in Asia. Actually, it's not only one country. We have Singapore and Hong Kong and Philippines. These three countries can speak English a little bit better than other countries. But among the countries, I think that Singapore is the best.
But
And then the second is Philippines, third Hong Kong. Actually, I don't think of Hong Kong. The people in Hong Kong, they can speak English, because before I had experience in Hong Kong, and then of course had a very hard time because I couldn't find a person who could speak English. But their English is a little bit different from the American or British English. That's why they have their own nickname. Nickname of English, like a Singapore English is English, and Philippine English, what is called? Finglish.
what's English?
Philippine English, English. The Korean English, Congolish.
Why? In every translation, like my teacher my Korean teacher, she said Filipino English, like Philippine English. She said like that.
Philippine English.
There's no short form for that.
No, you can make it. It's very easy. It's Finglish. You can Finglish. Why not? It's not bad meaning actually. And but I also before visiting Philippines, I expected Filipinos they are able to speak English well, but the real life was different. Actually, a little bit difficult to find even in Philippines who can speak English well. But compared to other countries, their English better, especially compared to Korea. We are one of the worst countries regarding English.
Think about it, Korean, you are spending much money, especially from the young age, just to study English.
Many young, many couples
Especially this generation.
who have younger kids, they send their kids to Philippines for their studying English. I don't think it's a good idea, actually. Just that in Philippines, usually many English schools, the owner is Korean, and then they teach us like Korean styles English. That means we don't need to go to Philippines.
Right. Yes, of course.
I really want to recommend that just when they want to have they give chance to their kids to practice English, then just try to find English school with Filipino principals and Filipino teachers. Yes, of course, even the Korean English schools, their teachers are Filipinos, but the teaching method and style is
Korean
different.
style.
Yes, because the owner is Korean. So I think it's not very good. It cannot be very effective, I think. But anyway, the many people they send their kids to Philippines because Philippines is much cheaper than other countries like British or American and the South Hemisphere countries like New Zealand and Australia. And then, but of course, it has the good side and bad side. But I don't care. I can teach English to my kids. And my case, is my own the taste. I like the reason why I like Philippines is tuna, because I love tuna and the price of tuna is cheap.
Jensen.
I really want to visit General Santos.
Soon we'll visit Jensen.
And another reason for me is very clean nature. Of course, I understand that in the center of Manila is very dirty, and then the air pollution is very serious, and even water pollution very serious. But just if I drive out about just 2 or 3 hours from Manila, very good. It's fantastic. The air is very clean.
Like in my province.
We don't need to buy the oxygen. There is a very free, very free oxygen. Especially because your hometown and in the mountain. In the mountain,
morning.
wow! It's like paradise for me.
Okay.
And the price is cheaper, especially the beer, the alcohol actually. But I think it's one of disadvantages also. The cheap price
Yes, that's
of
why
alcohol.
some Koreans like.
No. I mean Filipinos.
맞아.
Koreans, of course, we usually don't care. Just
the
when
price.
we drink some alcohol, just the price is not very high. Then usually we don't care. But think of the Filipinos. They can buy alcohol as a cheap price very easily. That's why there are many people who drink alcohol. When I watch people drinking much, of course I feel sorry for them. Like my tarai. So maybe the price of alcohol it can be good and bad side simultaneously.
Okay, next question. Last question. This is the last question. Why did you get married to a Filipina?
First, I visited the Philippines to find my fiance. It's because language. Of course, I couldn't expect my future fiance could speak Korean. So I wanted a person who can speak English. Of course, if I choose just as a person, maybe I wouldn't choose only Filipinos as my fiance. Like I think other countries like other Asian people, there are many good people there. But the most important thing for me was the conversation.
Of course.
So it's very hard.
Think about it. You will get married to somebody and you couldn't understand each other.
Yes.
I cannot imagine how you were going to express your feelings or you feel.
It's very easy to